It had to be done. It just had to be done. Well, Razorback Nation, it finally happened. Sam Pittman has been relieved of his duties at the University of Arkansas. And I'm no fan of enjoying a man losing his job, right? He has a family, he has a life, and all those things, right? So I'm not sitting here cheering on that Coach Pittman lost his job. But at the end of the day, this is a business. And in this business, your job security is with wins and losses. So if you can't win, you lose, not just in the game of football, but you lose your job. And that's what happened today with Sam Pittman. We can talk about so many things. We can talk about players, coaches, all of those things, right? We can talk about all those things. But the bottom line is this is a business. And we're going to talk about it. Why we think this happened. Arkansas fans understand why it happened. It's the simple fact of didn't win enough ball games. The one-score games that were lost. And the icing on the cake was these last two games against Memphis and Notre Dame, right? You play Memphis, and that's a team you should handle. Like, don't get me wrong, Memphis is not a bad ball club, but in that Memphis game, you get manhandled up front. Their defensive line and offensive line manhandled a SEC offensive line. Should not have happened, right? Defense is getting torched, absolutely torched. Cannot happen when you're the University of Arkansas. There's so many good things that I can say about Coach Pitt. You know, the guys love him. You see it all over social media right now. You got the kids sad, mad, upset. Emotion is absolutely at its highest right now for the simple fact, maybe the coach that recruited them, the coach that gave them a shot, the coach that had their back is no longer there. So now these kids got to put their trust in somebody else, and it ain't the man that gave them his word that I'm going to be there for you. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, Coach Pittman is a great man. He left the University of Arkansas a great man. Unfortunate, he could not win the ball games that should have been won, the ball games that he was in, and maybe shouldn't have won, but yet, like he did against the Alabama team, Nick Saban Alabama team, could have won it. Shouldn't have been in that game, but could have won it. It's games like that that sucks for him because he loved the guy. He, to me, was Arkansas proud. Was absolutely Arkansas proud. I know other way to put it. He loved the Arkansas Razorbacks. He loved the Hogs. Cried when he got this job. So I can't lie. It hurt a little bit to see that, but it needed to be done. And it wasn't just Coach Pittman, but this was a start. And just so many things I can say about Coach Pitt. You know, I met the man in person. Great man. Great guy. I have not one bad thing to say about it. Only thing I can say about Pittman is I wish he was had more of a fire lit as a coach. You know what I'm saying? I wish he had that fire to show your emotion, show you're upset, show that you're going to hold people accountable. But he just wasn't that kind of man. He just was not that kind of man. And I understand it. Everybody is not that butthole. Pittman was not a butthole. But in this game, you got to be one. Think about it. Nick Saban ain't trying to be your friend. Kirby Smart ain't trying to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I say this they're going to hold you accountable is what I'm saying, right? Not that they're literally not your friend. They're your coach. So they're going to be there for you, of course. But I guess you have to be a ball player to understand what I'm saying when I say they're not being your friend. They're going to hold you accountable to whatever it is that you're doing or you're supposed to be doing. Coach Pittman was the pat you on the back, you get him next time kind of coaching. I don't think kids get the best or the most out of just a pat on the back all the time. I think sometimes you got to light that fire under that kid and tell him, hey, get it together. What are you doing? That's not right. Show some emotion. Pittman just did not show that fire. He did not show that emotion enough. Honestly, I think I started to see it here a little bit with the comments and things when it came to the interviews and the press conferences. He kind of started, saying the defense just didn't play right. The defense just didn't tackle good and things like that. So we got to get it fixed. He started calling things out instead of just always saying, well, I don't know, things like that. He actually kind of somewhat started calling them out, but it was still, I don't know at times. It was still, well, I don't know. We got to get it fixed. We still got a good ball team. No, I don't think I lost him. And he didn't show enough fire. And I think that's what led him to leaving Arkansas or getting fired from Arkansas. You got to have a fire lit up under you, man. You got to be able to not just relate to these kids, but get the best out of these kids. There's no doubt in my mind that these kids was trying to give their all, but at the same time, it's you giving me everything you got, really. Or you gonna give me just enough because I'm not gonna sit you on the bench because I done gave you. Pittman was that kind of coach. And I hate to say it like that, but he was. I do. I hate it for the guy. I love it that he had a chance to do what he loved to do, and that's coach Arkansas, be a head coach. Let everybody get their opportunity. Coach Pittman did. And Pitt, thank you. Like I say, you got to say thank you to Coach Pitt because you brought something different to the University of Arkansas. You did showcase what it means to be a Razorback. I got to give you that. So thank you, Coach Pitt. But this is an exit video. Not only did Coach Pittman get relieved, but the DC, co-defensive coordinator, and the D-line coach. You got Travis, you got Woodson, and you got Deke Adams. They got relieved of their duties. And I gotta be honest, I believe it was the right move. Your defense is playing horrible. Travis Williams had that one okay year. And ever since then, it's just been downhill. And bringing in these recruits from the portal, they ain't showcasing to be what I think they ought to be. We're so confused on the field. Just don't look good. Hasn't looked good all season. So I think maybe Pittman could have kept his job if he maybe would have did this a little bit earlier. But Pittman is a good guy. But those guys lost their jobs also today. He kept some of the people. He kept some folks. Petrino got in, and he kept some people. But they did. They got moved around. They left. They got relieved of their duties. And I think it was needed. Like I said, the defense just has not played good at all once. The defense is non-existent. The defense is terrible. So we come, all in all, Bobby P, interim head coach. And a lot of people gonna think this was a setup. Bobby set him up to do X, Y, and Z. No, he didn't. If Bobby was trying to set him up, he would not call plays that was having this offense topping the country, right? If Bobby Petrino was trying to sabotage Pitt, he would not have been trying to score. He would not have been having his offense in the top. He wouldn't have done those things. It would have been horrible showing if that was the case. But it was not that. This offense that Bobby Petrino was showcasing was absolutely great. And for a while there, I was saying, man, it ain't the head coach, it's the players, but the players normally resemble the head coach. And I guess I hated it because I actually like Coach Pittman and I actually wanted him to succeed. But it just didn't get the job done. So now it's Bobby Petrino's and he interim head coach. He also said, I'm also want to be a candidate for the head coaching job at the University of Arkansas. We all know what happened with that back years ago. Accident, other girl. We all know what happened with that. We forgave Bobby. We brought him back. Let him call plays for us. So the past is the past. Now we're moving forward, right? And I got a couple questions, but we're not there yet. So, Bobby gave his thanks to Coach Pitt, because Coach Pitt didn't have to do it. But Coach Pitt brought Bobby back. Asked the school, can I bring him back? And he was thankful for that. The reason Bobby P let go of Travis Williams because he said he got to get back to the basics, man. They're missing tackles. They're not in the right coverage. They look confused. Getting back down to the nitty gritty. Like what it is that we got to do. We got to get back to the basics. Tackling, wrapping up, being physical to the point of attack. Those are things that he mentioned in his press conference because it's the truth. You get back to those things, you get back to just tackling, fitting, and all those good things. Maybe your defense might start coming alive, getting a fire lit up under your defense. I get it. Them kids like Travis Williams, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe you need somebody that can light a fire under you and don't play around. I'm not here to be your friend. If you're not going to play good football, get on the sideline. And I get it. So many questions that got to be asked. Can Bobby bring that kind of football back? Can he bring back the butthole Bobby P? They said, are we going to get Bobby or are we going to get Coach Petrino? And Bobby is the one cool, laid back in the press box. But everybody know Coach Petrino on the sideline in the referee's face, calling you out about your stuff. Are we gonna get Coach Petrino? Can he adapt to the NIL era? Can he actually get a defense? Because we all know Coach Petrino was not the greatest when it come to having a defensive coordinator. He was just going to outscore you. So it's the questions that come about with Coach P, with Coach Bobby P. And that's my question. Will he have a defense to put together? Can he change his thinking? And don't get me wrong, this is now our offensive league. So maybe Bobby was ahead of his time. Now it's an offensive league. So maybe it ain't going to be so much about having the greatest defensive coordinator, but just to good defensive coordinator and a great offense. I don't know, man. It's questions that got to be asked. Do I think Bobby P set this up? No, I don't think Bobby P set this up. It was coming. No, a lot of people think he should have got fired in 23. Gave him another shot in 24 because he brought Bobby back. Then 25 is the ice on the cake. You lose another one-score game to Ole Miss. You lose 1 point to Memphis. Then you get blew out at home by Notre Dame. First time ever playing them in Razorback Stadium with just time. But now it's just, what is it now? You know, it's coaching searches. Is Bobby P going to be able to turn around this team somehow, Is he going to have a team? Because now they got the window open that they can enter the portal. But as Coach Bobby said, it's going to be dumb for you to basically to enter the portal when these rosters are already filled. Why not finish out? If you want to transfer at the end of the season, go ahead. Put out some good tape. Let coaches see you. Or if you're trying to go to the NFL, put out some good tape so the NFL scouts can see you. Don't just up and go because changes happen. Now, if you go to college, if you go to the NFL, that's change. You go to a different team, that's change. So right now, change is happening in the University of Arkansas. Accept it, grow, and become the best version of you that you can become instead of trying to run from a situation. That's what Coach Bobby said, and I agree with him. Absolutely agree with him. You know, we got names coming up about who they think should be the head coach. You know, Rick Lashley, you know, some Gus Malzahn's. I've seen some people really on John Gruden. I'm really a fan of the coach from Tulane. I do like him. I like the coach from Tulane. But I do think Arkansas got to bring in the guy not only that understands Arkansas, but that has a fire lit. You know, what comes to mind is Vanderbilt coach. I love his attitude. I love the guy, the way he coaches. He coaches with passion and fire. I absolutely love that. That's what Arkansas, they got to find it. Bring somebody here that's going to have a fire lit up under them, that want to play the game of football, that loves the game of football, and has a passion for the Razorbacks, and has a passion for winning and can relate to the kids. That's what's going to be brought into Arkansas. The reason I say the reason I'm kind of hesitant on Bobby, we need somebody long term, not just for a few years. Bobby has more years behind him than he does in front of him. So do we want to go down that road again with Bobby P? You know, Jeff Long messed it up for us. I'm a firm believer that Jeff Long should have just, hey, look, Bobby, you're going to get suspended for X amount of games. Don't do it no more. Dock a little pay or whatever. Shouldn't have fired him because now that's why we're in the situation we are in today. Absolutely the truth. But it's a lot to unpack. We're going to talk more on it. I'm not trying to make the video too long, but I just want to speak on it. You know, the hiring of Bobby P. People trying to say it was a setup for Bobby. You know, then just talking on the inside of it, you know, players that may want a red shirt into the portal, it's a lot going on right now. So with that being said, you know, I hope Bobby can make it interesting. I really do. I don't know if Bobby's going to be the head coach, but I hope he makes it interesting. I do want to still see a successful season. As they say, we got 9 weeks left, man. 9 weeks left. How competitive can we be? We ain't got to win every game, but how competitive can we be? Can we see if this is truly a good ball team? Can we see that? Will we see a good ball team? Or is it the players on this team just not any good? One thing for certain, two things for sure. If we get Coach Petrino, we're going to be able to see if this darn team is a good ball club because they're going to practice hard. They're going to have to work hard or you're not going to play. Because Bobby didn't bring you in. Bobby's going to play the best that he thinks he has and who's going to give maximum effort. Like I say, three guys played for Bobby Petrino. Jarius Wright, Chris Gregg, and Greg Childs. So they know. They understand it. Then DJ Williams, you watch his show. We're going to see. I'm excited about seeing what's going to happen next. I hope nothing but the best for Bobby. But I don't know if Bobby is the answer. I don't know, but I'm going to stay tuned with it. I just had to come and comment on it. Coach Pitt, thank you. Hate it for you. I love you. I love what you brought to the Razorbacks. I just hate that you could not get the job done with the wins, right? But comment down below, man. Tell me how you guys feel. Tell me what you guys think. There's a lot going on right now in Razorback football. We got a bye week coming up. Can Bobby turn this thing around? Can Bobby get this team to playing full speed? Can Bobby get this defense looking somewhat good? Can we tackle better? Can we start executing back on offense again? Can we finish the third and fourth quarters? I don't know, man. We got to wait and see. Comment down below and tell me what you think, man. Who picked Suey?